please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Welcome back. Manoj Murlidharan now joins us from Religare Securities for some F&O ideas. Manoj, good morning. What are you trading today?
Good morning, Anuj. Anuj, I guess on the indices, I would prefer the Bank Nifty. Needless to say, even yesterday we had seen the Bank Nifty open good rally, and we had seen the Nifty rally also in the last 1 hour of the trade, and I guess around 6% open interest has been carried into the Bank Nifty futures, which is quite a good quantum in terms of intraday carryover. Generally, we are seeing a lot of index options which was being traded. If you remember last time we were discussing how the FIs have changed the instrument from the index futures to options. So buying an index future, which is your Bank Nifty futures, to a 5% open interest, it's a good quantum. So we believe that tomorrow is the weekly expiry, so buy a 25,700 call option. I guess the closing is around 18 to 20 rupees. You buy it between that range. The target can be somewhere close to 90 rupees on that. The same thing goes on the Nifty as well. We would recommend buying at 40 to 45 rupees of premium. The stop loss should be 20. We're expecting a target close to 80 to 82 on that.
Okay, there are some sourced information on the currency notes again. We'll keep you posted. It's not terribly market moving, and my sense is it's not even economy moving at this juncture. It's not so serious. So that's the Sensex opening 0.25%. We'll have to really wait and see if it can do as well as that. The stock I would be interested in watching would be IRB, and of course Tata Sponge. Tata Sponge for its numbers, IRB for a possible relief. Okay, starts 10% higher, major overhang off for IRB, and Tata Sponge. Okay, we are getting a 12.6. Okay, so those two stocks likely to 20 now on Tata Sponge. So those are the stocks you would watch out for. Soda ash anti-dumping duty has been extended. So I would assume companies like Tata Chemicals, is it? I wouldn't know. That could have a positive impact. That line will run for you. The anti-dumping duty on soda ash imports has been extended by a year.
Okay, in the broader market also there are a lot of stocks which are worth watching, of course, today. So just keep an eye on some of them. The GP Group stocks, there's been some problem updates. So GP Infra is once again down about 5%. A couple of these stocks which had big move yesterday and for last 2 days, DCB Bank showing a bit of a cool off. IOL Chemicals is up about 10%. That's an interesting stock to keep an eye on. PC Jeweler is up 2.7%. TBZ is up about 2%. So that Akshaya Tritiya impact is seen. Though, you know, they rallied yesterday and today also if they start well, you know, sometimes that rally cools off, but just keep an eye.
Rupees 65.70. Sorry, I mean, it's weaker than I expected it to be. There has been a little bit of dollar strength, which would obviously exacerbate the already weakening rupee. But okay, now it's back to 65.66. I thought I saw a quote of 65.70 as well. That's a macro to worry about. It's good if it depreciates. If it depreciates very slowly, it's positive for the economy. Imports will become expensive. Domestic steel and other industries which face competition, even tires, will actually be advantaged. So a weakening rupee is a positive. I'm not taking away from that. But too drastic a depreciation can immediately cause a problem for FII investors. They've anyway been sellers. So at the moment, 65.72 I can see on my screen. That would be some 7-month low. I think the last time we saw that kind of a reading was in September 2017. So dollar rupee is in strength and rupee is in weakness. Right. We've got Ashutosh Khajuria of Federal Bank joining us on the phone line. Mr. Khajuria, there's a slow depreciation of the currency. Where is it headed? 66, is it? Or will it turn away much earlier?
I think, you know, all through, whenever because of capital flows, rupee was tending to appreciate, and there had been a lot of accumulation of reserves by Reserve Bank of India to see that rupee doesn't appreciate beyond a point. And now I think it's moving in the direction where if it gradually depreciates, I think central bank may not have any concern. Rather, that would be the direction they would want it to move gradually, because that would maintain the inflation corrected parity.
Okay.
So all through, you know, if you just look at the inflation differential over last 3-4 years, there should have been a depreciation of rupee by about 2% per year to maintain the trade competitiveness. But unfortunately, last year, means in the calendar year 2017, I'm saying unfortunately, but because exports have got hit because of that.
Yeah.
So we had 7% appreciation December to December. In December 16 compared with December 17.
Rupee.
It's a correction and it's welcome.
Okay. But when would you tell an exporter to sell? Wait for 66 or right away?
I think they've already entered the market.
Okay.
If I'm sensing correctly, then I think for last 2 days, exporters have already started inquiring and becoming active on this thing, waiting for their desired rate or their internally. Yes.
All right, Mr. Kajuria, thanks a lot for joining us and giving us your quick take. I just wanted to point out that for the market, it settled with gains of about 36 odd points on the Nifty. The stock to watch from the frontliners is HDFC. That one supported the market yesterday as well. Today in pre-opening, it's also higher. And now it's inching back towards its all-time high of 1,986 rupees. So gotten back above that 1,900 mark. In some other stocks to look at, Jagran Prakashan is also moving with strength. There is a board meet that will take place on the 27th of April to consider buyback of shares. So Jagran Prakashan is also up and about. And you have a couple of others as well. Tata Sponge, by the way, is once again getting back to its all-time high, which is close to about 1,250 or so post the good numbers.
Okay, a couple of things I want to point out here. This rupee depreciation, that means some more negative for stocks like BPCL, HPCL, IOC, of course, because crude in rupee terms now becomes even more expensive. I think that that's also, as we pointed out in the morning, there's a bit of weakness that you're seeing in Jet Airways as well, down about 1/3 of 1%, because that big rally happened yesterday, and after that we have seen a bit of a move on crude, and there's some build-up as well on the F&O side. Metals are doing well. Tata Steel.
Positive for metals.
Exactly. Tata Steel, Nalco, Vedanta, all these stocks looking up right now, of course. So these stocks looking quite
importantly, Yes Bank, ICICI Bank are all starting higher. So looks like the Nifty Bank is starting on a sound note. We will have to see whether it can maintain this kind of a momentum. But we don't have a Bank Nifty quote yet, but it could be a positive start the Nifty Bank if this is how you see ICICI's. And in fact, all the banking stocks in the Nifty are in the green. So we should have a decent start to the Nifty Bank as well. Just Titan, 1,000.
1,000 and Titan, of course. Pre-open rates are still, not fully settled. So let's wait for some more rates. Yes Bank is up about 1%. Canara up a bit. EIL up about 1%. Adani Enterprises up about 1%. So some of these stocks have looked good. On the way down, of course, not too many, but oil marketing companies are a couple of stocks which are down. That lower circuit continues in Vakrangi, down another 5% is what we have on that one right now. Tin plate is up 2%. Ms. Tulsen, any thoughts on tin plate?
We thanked him.
Okay, I think we thank Ms. Tulsen. So, Ashwini, if you track the charts of tin plate, that stock has done well this month, up 30%.
See, all of these, Tata Group metal-related stocks are doing well. So, I would be a buyer in tin plate and Tata Sponge whenever that corrects. Overall, I think we could see higher levels, maybe 280, 300 on tin plate.
What about the dollar rupee itself, Ashwini? What are the charts saying?
See, that's, almost hitting a fresh intermediate high. And my sense is that at some point we should hit 66.
Very soon, is it? What about you, Sudarshan? 66 round the corner, is it this month? Okay, we should, get Sudarshan in a bit. I'm really sorry. We have still Manoj Murlidharan with us, and we haven't gone through his trading strategies. Manoj?
Lata, I guess we'll go with 3 stocks. I like you mentioned and still recommend buying it in the cash market because we have a positional target on that. 722 is where we recommend buying that. The stop loss should be closer to 714, and we're expecting the stock to ideally rally till 762, but eventually the first target comes at 746. Like you said, Yes Bank, I would second the same thoughts. It's positive. We believe that Yes Bank can touch somewhere close to a 332 to 328, which should be the target. We would recommend buy that in future with a stop loss of around 298. Budget paints as well, we like that. I guess the stock is almost about in the breakout trade yesterday, and we have seen good long built up, and we believe that this cash buying which has happened will take it more towards the 320 sub levels. But as of now, at 275, we recommend that the stop loss should be 267, and we are expecting an initial target of 304 on that.
Okay, Manoj, thanks a lot for joining us. By the way, another stock that has been in a big uptrend lately is VIP. That stock is also up about 2.5% today. It has hit a new high, and now it's gained about 30% in this month already. Prakash Gaba, any thoughts on VIP and any of the other, consumption-related stocks in the broader markets that you like?
I like VIP. You've seen a good up move. Started initiating move around 320 zones, continuing its journey up. Looks like it's heading to 430, 440 zones. Just have a stop below 380 and trade long on VIP. Certainly like the stock here.
Okay, Mitesh, thoughts on M&M Financials? Mitesh?
Yeah, between the two, I think, I have been liking M&M more. I have not been having a recent view on M&M Financial, unfortunately, so difficult for me to comment.
Okay. Well, there is EIH Hotels as well, and I would assume that this will also bask in the glory of other hotel stocks. Anybody a view? Ashwini, any view on this?
See, EIH was a call yesterday afternoon, and after that it went up 17–18%.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. These stocks don't move like that unless something is really changing and some big money is chasing these stocks. So my sense is it should get to 240, 250.
Okay. Ashwini, so 92 points higher is what we're opening on the Bank Nifty and about 30 higher on the Nifty. So for those who are listening to you, what would be the first trade right now, and what's your 9-10 call?
See, 65.88 on the rupee dollar is a fairly significant intermediate high. Once that starts to cross, you will see further weakness on that. I think at some point the market will anchor to the rupee. Yesterday it did not as much. So my sense is if we open nearer to 10,590, 600, I will try and see what happens with the short trade. Now, if it fails, I'll get on the long side, but my sense is there's a good chance that at higher levels today itself, there is some strong profit booking, and which gives you a nice intraday trade, maybe back to 10,540, 550.
But that short trade you would reserve for the index only?
Mostly for the index because of Akshaya Tritiya and consumer stocks, etc. will still do well. But at higher levels, you have to see what happens to the futures premium and large stocks, particularly where FIs generally like to sell. Because rupee weakness means that, again, you are having a bit of preparation for some FI selling.
Are you also buying gold today, Ashwini, like Mr. Tulsian did, gold jewelry?
See, gold jewelers, they charge a lot of GST. So that's kind of
really?
Okay,
that's the most unique
one.
Explanation ever.
Someone's worried about making charges, someone doesn't want to pay GST.
No, he's obviously taunting. Okay. Well, Prakash, anything on your radar now? See, as Anuj was pointing out, the dark underbelly of rupee would be, oil refining stocks, HP, BP, and all of them should feel the pinch. I don't want to color your thoughts. Anything that you're trading, short or long?
I would like to look at two stocks on the short side. One is Kitex Garment and Oriental Bank. In case the market turns around, these two opportunities are there. In my mind, I will short it if it happens.
Kitex. Okay.
Kitex and Oriental Bank.
Oriental Bank, OBC. Okay, those are the two things to watch. We still have a couple of minutes for the markets to open. Mitesh, a similar blank question to you. Now, would you, as Ashwini would like to short at some point, are you looking at short trades either in the index or anywhere?
In the index, yes. I think, Lata, if we see the Nifty spot close to about 10,600, I think that will be an excellent chance to go short. 10,635 should be a stop. And I do expect this 10,600, 620 range to hold out for some time. Significant supply to emerge and a dip to about 10,500 would happen. So 1:2, nearly about 3 kind of a risk-reward ratio is a good short trade.
Okay, Ashwini, haven't gone through your 9-10 call.
I think hotels will have another good day. So if you want to keep away from volatility, maybe get into Indian Hotel. That's a buy with a stop of 144, target of 157.
Okay, and a quick word from your end, Prakash, on some of these other stocks in the auto space that have been hitting new highs. M&M, for example, post this 800 rupee mark, you see more?
I think M&M, I like it from a slightly longer term perspective. I think it's heading to levels closer to 1,000, may take its own sweet time for that. But in the short term, perhaps 800 is a support. We could see a dip out here.
Did we ask you Tata Sponge, Ashwini? If we haven't, what is the trade there? It came out with scintillating numbers.
See, if it's opening 20% higher, etc., then I don't think you should be buying
it's cooled off. It's cooled off. Now it is only 2% higher.
See, that way, I think this can be bought, given that globally metals are doing extremely well. So this one you can buy at the open, and possibly it should get towards 1230, 1240.
Okay. Well, we are preparing for a green start at least at this point in time, but our technical experts believe that would be actually levels to sell. There's one other stock I wanted, Kotak Mahindra Bank. Any thoughts, Mitesh, on Kotak Bank?
Yeah, Lata, it was a buy 3 days back, you know, when it managed to get past 11, 20, 25 zones and made a fresh high. I think it's nearly hit the target of around 1195, 1200. Maybe, you know, in case it's closer to about 1190, 1200, good levels to take profits in your trading positions.
Oh, and if I can squeeze one Vedanta with you, Ashwini?
See, metals have underperformed, and you know, now steel looks a bit better than Vedanta. So Tata Steel is